You don't procrastinate because you're lazy. You procrastinate because deep down, you don't trust yourself. You've made too many promises to yourself and broken them, quietly, repeatedly. So now, when it's time to act, your brain hesitates, not because the task is hard, but because history tells you that you probably won't follow through anyway. That's uncomfortable to hear, I know. I had to admit it to myself, too. We like to blame distraction. We blame our phones. We blame being tired. We blame stress. But the real reason you procrastinate isn't lack of time or lack of information. It's an internal conflict. Part of you wants the result, the better body, the better job, the focused mind. Another part of you wants comfort right now, and comfort keeps winning. You wake up when the alarm goes off. You know you should get up. Instead, you hit snooze just once, then again. Suddenly, it's 40 minutes later and the day already feels behind. You open TikTok or Instagram for just 5 minutes. An hour disappears. You promise you'll work out after work. You don't. You say you'll eat clean this week. Then you order fast food because it's been a long day. You plan to have that difficult conversation. You avoid it. You start a new goal with intensity and quit after 2 weeks when the excitement fades. It's not that you don't care. You care a lot. But caring and acting are not the same thing. Here's the deeper truth most people don't talk about. Procrastination is emotional avoidance. It's not about the task. It's about what the task makes you feel. Starting the project makes you feel exposed. Working out makes you face how out of shape you are. Studying reminds you how far behind you feel. Having the conversation risks rejection. So you delay, because scrolling feels safer. Food feels comforting. Sleep feels easier. Avoidance protects your ego. In the short term, it reduces discomfort. In the long term, it destroys your confidence. Every time you delay something important, you send a message to yourself. I don't handle hard things. And that message becomes identity. I learned this the hard way. For years, I thought I needed more motivation. I watched videos, I read books, I waited to feel ready. But motivation is emotional. It rises and falls. Discipline is behavioral. It shows up even when you don't feel like it. That's something I believe deeply. It's why this channel is called Discipline Wins, not motivation wins, not hype wins. Discipline wins. Because discipline is quiet, it's boring, it's repetitive, and it works. You don't fix procrastination by waiting for a better mood. You fix it by rebuilding self-trust. And self-trust is built in small, daily proofs. Not huge transformations, not 30-day extreme challenges, not sudden life overhauls. Small proofs. When the alarm goes off and you get up the first time, that's proof. When you close the app after 10 minutes instead of 60, that's proof. When you cook at home instead of ordering out, that's proof. When you finish the workout, even though it's not perfect, that's proof. Each proof tells your brain, I do what I say. That's how identity changes. Most people focus on intensity. They go all in for 2 weeks, wake up at 5 a.m., cold showers, strict diet, 2 workouts a day. It feels powerful, but it's not sustainable. When life gets busy or stressful, the system collapses. Consistency is less exciting, but it's stronger. 30 minutes of focused work every day beats 1 5-hour burst once a week. 3 workouts a week for a year beats 2 weeks of extreme training. 1 honest conversation solves more than months of avoidance. Mental toughness isn't about being aggressive. It's about staying steady when your emotions fluctuate. There's a moment every day where you make a quiet decision. It doesn't look dramatic. No music, no audience, just you and a choice. Get up or snooze. Start or scroll. Cook or order. Speak up or stay silent. Continue or quit. That moment decides more about your future than your long-term goals do. because your future is built on ordinary Tuesday afternoons, not in grand announcements. Here's a simple shift that helped me. Stop asking, "Do I feel like doing this?" Start asking, "What would a disciplined person do right now?" Not a perfect person, not a superhuman, just a disciplined version of you. Then do the smallest version of that action. If you don't feel like working out, tell yourself you'll just put on your shoes and step outside. If you don't feel like studying, open the document and work for 10 minutes. If you don't feel like cleaning up your diet, start with one better meal. Action reduces resistance. Thinking increases it. And when you follow through, even in small ways, something shifts internally. You feel more solid, less chaotic, more in control. That control builds confidence, real confidence, not loud confidence, quiet confidence. Another hard truth: no one is coming to fix your discipline problem. Not your boss, not your partner, not your friends, not a new year, not a new planner, not a new app. At some point, you have to own it. Own the snooze button, own the scrolling, own the skipped workouts, own the excuses. Not with shame, with responsibility. Responsibility is power, because if it's your fault, it's also your fix. You don't need to hate yourself to change. You need to respect yourself for change. Respect means keeping promises, especially when no one is watching. There will be days you slip. That's normal. Discipline isn't perfection. It's returning quickly after you fall. It's not letting one bad meal become a bad week. It's not letting one missed workout become quitting entirely. Long-term growth is boring. It's repetitive. It's built on days that feel small and almost forgettable. But those small days stack. 5 years from now, the version of you that got up instead of snoozing, that worked instead of scrolling, that spoke up instead of avoided, that version will live a completely different life. Not because of talent, not because of luck, because of repeated daily choices. If you're listening to this and you feel called out a little, that's good. It means you care. And if this way of thinking resonates with you, subscribe. This is what we talk about here. No hype, just discipline and ownership. Tonight, before you sleep, ask yourself one question. Where in my life am I avoiding discomfort and calling it procrastination? Then, tomorrow, pick one small action and follow through. Just one. Build the proof. Rebuild the trust. Your life won't change in a day, but your direction can. And direction, repeated daily, becomes destiny. Discipline is a daily choice, and ownership is what shapes who you become.